name is Debbie Jacobs, and I wanted to do a video about changing our way of being, you know? And let me tell you something, we can accomplish that. We can do it. We can change the way that we are. I could be, angry and reactionary and negative and impatient and stubborn and argumentative and obnoxious. I can say hurtful things. I could be bossy. I can be all of these things, and that doesn't mean that we can't change everything about us, you know? And when we change everything about us, right? So if I have all of these characteristics of depression, anxiety, and bipolar, and I change all of these, everything about me, my thoughts, my actions, my words, to make change means that, you're not the same. So if I'm not the same as my depression, anxiety, bipolar self by making positive change, then I accomplish actually my beautiful, authentic self, the self that I was meant to be before pain and hurt veered my development off course. Do you think that we're meant to be born angry? Do you think that we're meant to be born with people mistreating us? With people being mean to us and compromising our boundaries and being disrespectful and being physically abusive, being verbally abusive. Do you think that that's what God has intended for mankind? No, not at all. There's a parenting mistake that's going on. You know what I mean? This is, in some ways, it's out of God's hand. God gave us man, and man is doing this to themselves. Man is being too hard on children, and children are not developing into their authentic self. They're developing their hurt self, and, in extreme situations, mental illness. But it's interesting, is the person that's been abused mentally ill, or is the person who's being abusive mentally ill? Just saying. But anyway, we learn negative ineffective coping skills and negative thinking, and that creates low self-esteem, so we go through life feeling bad about ourselves. You think that that's what God intended? The whole point of mankind is to have a bad life. Let's keep sending, as their beautiful, authentic self, up with mental illness or in the hurt self. There's a problem and it has to be fixed. But basically, that is definitely the big picture. But in the immediate picture is, what can we do to ourselves if it's creating a negative outcome, I need to change it. I need to figure out, how I can create a positive outcome out of the situation, out of every situation, even the difficult situations like anger. Anger creates a negative outcome. I don't want to use anger because I don't want to create a negative outcome. So when I get anger out of my, my system, so I'm not reacting and acting angry, I handle my situation. I handle it with, effective communication. I handle it assertively. That's creating a positive outcome, and then I've changed my way of being. And it's like, with all of our negative, ineffective coping skills, they all got to go. How does fear help me in a situation? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't help me to be fearful because that creates negativity and upset, and it's making it worse. You know what I mean? Like if I'm in a situation, and I am thinking, if I'm walking down a dark alley and my mind is telling me, oh my God, somebody's gonna come kill me, and I'm gonna die, and it's not safe here and all this stuff. Now my mind is creating fear. How is that helping me? I'm in a dark alley. You know what I mean? I don't want to be fearful. That's going to scare the crap out of me and make me feel uncomfortable. So when I'm and that's a negative outcome. So when I'm in the alley, I have to think, it's okay, it's safe, I'm going to be okay. Hurry up and get out of here. Don't worry, don't be scared, be brave. That helps me. That's creating a positive outcome, you know? And then, that changes my way of being. For every negative, there's a positive. And basically, in mental illness, we're in the negative. We're in the negative. And the negative is ingrained into the foundation of our being. It's in our thoughts, it's in our beliefs, it's in our actions, it's in our words, it's in the way that we speak. It totally colors our whole experience. So the process of healing is it, you have to stick with it. You have to stick with being positive, not for a few weeks or a few months. You have to stick with it until it's ingrained in the foundation of your being. And the process of ingraining the positivity in the foundation of your being, you first have to get rid of all the negativity. Gotta clear the slate. Gotta get rid of all the negativity so that you can ingrain positivity in your foundation of being. Because if you have negativity, ingrained in the foundation of your being, it's like your foundation of being is already created. If you want to make change, then you got to make change. But you can't add, positivity on top of negativity. It's not going to work. You're gonna still have the negativity. You want to get rid of the negativity and replace with positivity, so that your being has changed from negative to positive. And you know what? I will tell you that it changes our energy. It changes my facial expression. I used to have this like really angry, people used to be like, oh, you look so angry, why are you mad all the time? I used to like get those questions all the time. And, with my healing and I changed my energy, nobody ever says that to me at all. You know what I've been told? I've been told, oh, I can't believe that you had an anger problem. I'm like, wow, that's, I'm like, I took that as a compliment, I'm like, really, like, yeah, I can't imagine you with an anger problem. I'm like, yeah, I used to have a big one, huge, but listen, doesn't serve us. It does not serve us. It really it creates upset and unhappiness for me. I used anger because I didn't know how else to handle the situation. We have to learn all new ways of being. And, specifically, all the ways that we are negative. We have to learn how to handle the situations in a positive way. So if I'm talking to someone, if I'm angry at someone, let me tell you something. I'm not going to call them a stupid asshole, a motherfucker. I'm not going to try and, hurt them. I'm going to try and be effective in my problems, with my problem solving skills to resolve the problem. But I'm not going to just fight with someone to fight with someone, to be right, to be hurtful, to have things my way. It's not worth it. And you have to make all those changes. All those outcomes are negative outcomes. You got to change all of it. And let me tell you something. It takes learning new about what that person does. And then I react, and I'm out of control, and I create more negativity. I mean, have you ever just gotten mad at someone and they're like, what are you getting mad at for? Like what did I do? Because it's not what they do, it's what's in our head. And if somebody calls me a jerk, I would have gotten mad at them. I would have called them a jerk back. We would have gotten in a fight. Maybe I would have gotten punched, creating a negative outcome. But my thoughts are generating that because someone's calling me a jerk. I say, oh, how dare they call me a jerk? Who do they think they are? I'm not a jerk. You're a jerk, and I'm going to get in a fight with you. You know, and that's creating a negative outcome. But a positive outcome is like someone calls me a jerk. I said, "Oh, what's the problem? Why are you calling me a jerk? What can I do to resolve this problem? You know." And I recognize that you don't have the effective communication skills to express yourself, and to say, "Hey, Deb, I have a problem with you. Your effective way of communicating your upset is to call me a jerk." Well, I understand that you can't communicate yourself. So let's talk about this. What's the problem? Let's get to it. But actually, it doesn't help at all. It makes situations worse when you start adding insults. You don't have to put somebody down to make your point. You don't have to, create hurt because you're hurt. And you don't have to fight someone, because they do something that you don't like. These are all ways of changing our being from aggressive to peaceful. I don't want to be aggressive. People are aggressive with each other and they have no problem, with it. It's not the way to interact. And it's not the way to teach our kids. You know? So, listen, everything about ourselves can be changed. And our freedom and happiness lies in it. Stop doing things that don't serve us. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, what a concept, stop beating yourself up. Don't put yourself down. No. No. That's so bad. See, there's nobody to stop you from yourself. No one to say, hey, wait a second, don't call yourself an idiot. You'll just call yourself an idiot. You can't do that. You gotta come in between your thoughts and say, no, I'm not an idiot, and I need to push back on that thought and get rid of that thought. Ban it from your consciousness. No more calling myself an idiot ever again, period. And let me tell you something. Are you going to have thoughts that say you're an idiot? Yeah, because it's ingrained in the foundation of your being. But what you got to do is kick it out. Keep kicking it out until it's not in the foundation of your being. When your thought stops popping up in your head and it's gone, you know that it's gone. If it keeps, coming up in your head, I'm an idiot, then you got to keep pushing it away. Don't give up. If you give up, the thought stays. You know what I mean? You don't want the thought to stay. But all your thoughts that don't serve you. I'm not good enough. I'm stupid. That person doesn't like me. I'm fat. Anything that puts you down or it doesn't, is not serving your highest good. I can't do that. I'll never, accomplish my dreams. Why would I think that? I don't have to think that. And this is all in changing your ways of being because you can't, we can't live our life from a defeatist perspective. We have to be in our power, and our greatness and go for life the best that we can. And let me tell you something, I lived with depression, bipolar, and anxiety over 10 years. Therapy didn't help me at all. Not a drop. Nothing. I literally can say I didn't get anything. Maybe pacified. But I don't want to go through life pacified. I want to go through life free and happy and positive. You know what I mean? And that is like, it's a transformation of self. You got to get out of the negative and into the positive. Positive in our words, positive, don't give criticism, give compliments, positive in our actions, being helpful, being a giver, not a taker, and not selfish. positive in our outlook and our disposition. Being optimistic, not pessimistic. You know, being understanding, not unforgiving. You know, so I just wanted to put this out there because it's really important, and I believe that it can help many people, many, live with freedom and happiness of negative thinking and negative ineffective coping skills and low self-esteem. And when you have positive thoughts and positive effective coping skills, and you've gone from your transformation of self from the negative to the positive, you go from low self-esteem to healthy self-esteem, and now you're feeling good about yourself. And if you have positive thoughts, healthy self-esteem, and positive effective coping skills, you don't have mental illness. Mental illness exists in negative thoughts, low self-esteem, and negative ineffective coping skills. That's the problem. And they say that mental illness stems from low serotonin. Low serotonin is an indication of negative thoughts. Positive thoughts doesn't exist in mental illness. Doesn't have the low serotonin. So, all right, my name is Debbie Jacobs. I just wanted to do a video, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.